Oh man. Alright. Okay, let's put this on. I'm in the world. I'm ready to talk. Okay. If not, I'll just cut it up when I go to edit it. Anyways, how's it going, everybody? I'm Infamous Isaac, and I'm here with oh, excuse me. I'm here with the One Piece review thing I'm doing. I'm just gonna call it that. But sorry I haven't uploaded or I haven't uploaded consistently like I said I was. A lot of stuff came up in the past 2 weeks. I had honestly, it wasn't even bad stuff. It's just I was really busy, so I couldn't upload as much as I wanted to. But I'm here now, and hopefully now I can start doing it. But I don't want to make any promises again, because apparently I'm a bad person at keeping them when it comes to YouTube. But I'm here now, and if I remember correctly, I'm gonna be talking about Enies lobby today, right? What's the last thing I uploaded? Water 7. Where is it? How long ago was this? It was 2 weeks ago. Okay. All right. Yeah. It's Enies lobby today. So Enies lobby, the two-part or the second half of Water 7, but the overall, what's it called? Arc. How do I describe this? Enies lobby is like, I consider it more of like the overall thing, even though it's not. But it's the second half of like the two-part saga. There you go. And what's it called? Eddie's Lobby is great. Like, I'm just gonna start off by saying this arc, even after rewatching it or from the memories of when I first watched it, it just hits. It fires on all cylinders. It just goes crazy. It goes nasty. It's literally disgusting, nefarious with how good it is. It's just crazy. Like, I can't sing its praises enough. But anyways, I guess I'm just gonna talk about or summarize it a little bit. And by that I mean it's gonna take like the whole video, and then my opinions are gonna be like at the end of it, be like, oh, I think it's great, and that's it. Oh, that's fire. It's honestly really sick. I think I'm gonna just leave that there. But yeah, Enies Lobby, right? The I didn't get to talk about it in Water 7, at least the video for that. But what's it called? There's a little like in between, which is riding the sea trains to Water or Enies Lobby, which is like I explained like, oh, Sanji, what's it called? He got on a train where Robin was supposed to be going all the way over to Enies Lobby, and that was the last train for the night because the storm was coming. So I forgot the grandma's name. Actually, I don't. Let me see. So Sanji, Frankie, and Usopp got on that train. They're heading on their way to Enies Lobby, getting beat up, and they have Luffy, Nami, Zoro, Chopper, and the Frankie family on Rocket Man. Her name's Kokoro, right? Kokoro. Yeah, alright, yeah, it's Kokoro. I had to remember. So being, I guess, name for that kind of person would be a conductor, but being steered, driven by Kokoro, they're on their way to Eddie's Lobby. They're going there on the Rocket Man, a literal sea train that cannot stop because it has no brakes, which is fitting for them. But yeah, on their way there, they meet some Marines who are trying to stop them from getting to what's it called, the sea train. Zoro cuts the sea train in half. Another flex, like a Madara type flex. If you know, you know. But yeah, they flex a little, like, all right, it's time. It's time to get serious. Ain't no messing around. We're here to get Robin. We're here to save our people. It's time. And so, obviously, what's it called? The sea train gets there first. After after all that stuff that happened with Sanji and the sea train over there, what's it called? Holy, my memory's terrible. Um, I apologize, give you a second. Alright, so Sanji, if I remember right, Sanji and Frankie and Usopp. Well, actually, no, because Frankie. Okay, so on the sea train where Frankie, Usopp, and Sanji were, Frankie got kidnapped, brought along with Robin because of the fact that he has the blueprints for Pluton, which is a really secret, important, world-destroying weapon. And so, since he's the one that can build it, because I actually haven't mentioned his backstory, but whatever. Since he's one of the only people that can build it besides his brother. I also forgot his name. It's been that long. That's crazy. Um, whatever. It's the Galley Law company owner. Since they're the only two people that can build it, basically. They need. Damn, I'm really struggling today. All right. Multitasking. That's not a good thing for me. I gotta build this once I'm done with this video. But anyways, yeah. So Frankie and Robin are together right now. Usopp and Sanji met up with the crew, and now they're riding the Rocket Man to Enies lobby. They get to Enies lobby because since the train couldn't stop, they crashed through Enies lobby, and now it's all out war. Um, the Marines are trying to stop, or the Marine station there, because they know like since what's it called? Since Robin's a part of the Straw Hat crew, that they're going to come get her. So they're smart for what they're doing. But what's it called? They have a bunch of Marines stationed there, all ready for war, ready strapped up and everything. Luffy comes in as Luffy does, crashing through, and now he's trying to find Robin, like literally leading the charge, while the rest of his crew is left behind because they're not as crazy, or I guess dumb, as some people would call it, as he is to charge in head first. And so now that leaves two groups, right? There's Luffy, and then there's the rest of the crew, right? So this is the part of Eddie's lobby where I was just like, so my feelings for Water 7 kind of spilled over. As like, I felt kind of like the Straw Hat crew was the better part of Water 7. I thought it's just gonna be undeniable. The stuff going on with them and like the Frankie stuff was just mad. It was mad cool. I was really invested in that. The Galley Law stuff was just meh to me. Like like, oh well, it's CP9, I think that's what they're called, with Lucci, Kaku, Caulifla, and all of them. That was the most interesting stuff for the Gully Law stuff. Iceberg, or I think Iceberg. Let me make sure. Where is he? Iceberg. Yeah, it's Iceberg. All right, all right. So Iceberg and his stuff, like the other Gully Law members that weren't a part of CP9, they're just mad whack or just boring, honestly. Oh, to me, I didn't like them as much as other people did. I just didn't really mess with them that much because obviously it's subjective, so I can't say it's trash. But Frankie's stuff was great. His backstory was really good. I haven't gone over it. It's really sad, honestly, and I'm just too lazy to go over it because A, I forgot most of it, and B, it's really good. So I don't want to take too long to explain it. It's better if you look it up or if you see it yourself because it's really good. But yeah, all that stuff was great. Again, the Straw Hat stuff was really good. But it's just like once the Galley Law stuff started happening, like the betrayal, like CP's 9 betrayal was just like, oh, this is cool, but I don't care. And then that attitude just kind of carried over until like the beginning of Annie's lobby, and this is where it stops, right? My feelings for Water 7 ended here once Usopp met two giants who were being controlled by Marines, right? Who were being basically carried out as slaves by Marines. And Usopp is just there like, aren't you guys warriors? What's it called? Blah, 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 warriors of Elbath? And then he's just trying to cry out to them and plead to them like, oh, you guys are warriors and all that. And then, what's it called? The Giants are about to beat him up. Straight stomp on him. And he mentions Gory, or Dory and Bragi. The two giants that he met all the way back in like I forgot the name of the island. That's tough, but all the way back in like before Alabasta, but during the Alabasta saga, Those two giants right there who fought for like 300 years. And once he mentioned those giants and they started crying, that really hit me in like a soft spot in my heart. It was so touching. It was beautiful. It was such a great moment like that. I was like, all right, it's time. This is Enies lobby. Any feelings that I have for Water 7 are done. I gotta leave them behind. And I did. And so what's it called? After that, the two Sea Kings that the Frankie family has, they're getting beat up. They have a really touching moment. One of them goes blind. Go crazy. And he's just like, that was a really good moment. It's just animals, you know. Seeing animals get hurt in animations, it hurts. But seeing them push through, have like the little like plus ultra type moment, it's always great to see. So I really appreciated that. And after that, you have Luffy going around doing his things, and he gets to the top of the what's it called, close to like the bridge connecting Enies lobby and then like the execution place, or no, the Enies lobby and then the place that connects that to the gates of justice. Basically, there's a drawbridge, and Luffy's there. He gets to the top, and one of the CP9 people, Blueno, I think that's how you pronounce his name. He's there, and he's like, "You're not getting any further, my G." And he's like, "Oh, all right, but now that you're here, I'm gonna try out a new move on you." And Luffy shows us the first ever sighting, or the first time ever we get to see a form for Luffy, Gear 2. And it's basically like, consider like if you know Dragon Ball, it's like a Kaioken type boost. The other forms are they're different. Like they separate themselves. They're more individual, or they individualize themselves. But Gear 2 is like a boost, right? He blows into his hand, and it kind of like it boosts his adrenaline in a way, which is not good for him because that's shortening his lifespan. But whatever it takes, right, to be a pirate. So he uses Gear 2, and I'm telling you, like, if you don't look up any stuff for One Piece, like any clips or anything like that, like how like, oh, you see some clips for like an anime that show up in your feed on YouTube, like if you've never seen one, look up Luffy versus Blueno, which is Blueno, like Luffy Gear 2. I'm telling you, the first hit that Luffy lands is one of the sickest moments in the show. It's so cool. Like that fight is just so sick for it being like 5 minutes long. It's a short fight, and it's a short fight for a reason. It's like Luffy versus Bellamy type short. It's bad sick. That fight was really dope. It's always gonna be one of my favorite moments from that arc. It's just it's so cool. It's so cool. But yeah, anyways, Luffy starts boxing out Blueno. He's just going crazy, crazy, crazy. And then apparently it's not enough. He powers down from Gear 2, and he's like, alright, bet, I didn't want to have to use this now, but I have to get through. I have to save Robin. And Bueno's just smiling at him, beat up. But he's not smiling at him because he's confident. He's smiling at him because that was the last thing that he could do before he passes out and it hits the floor. So Luffy was gonna use Gear 3 on us to show us, but then Oda blue balls us. But like, oh, he passed out like minutes ago. So it's like, ah, hey, you're a good fighter. But let's get moving and all that. So where Blueno and Luffy fought is where like the iconic moment is about to happen. Luffy stands there. Soga King, which is Usopp after the fight, like Luffy and him had. So Zoro, Sanji, Chopper, all of them, they're there, and they're standing across from the gates, or not the gates, the bridge where Robin is. They're all CP9. The I forgot this dude's name. Who? Whoa. Who was this? Who was this guy's name? I do not remember. Anyways, it's a purple hair guy who has some stake in like what's it called, Frankie's backstory. I do not remember his name. Excuse me. I do not care about his name because he's a horrible human being, a decent villain, not a crazy villain. He's just remarkable for beating up Robin. But besides that, yeah, CP9 is there holding Robin and Frankie hostage. The purple hair guys, he's just talking all this shit, or excuse me, all this crap. And he's just like blah 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 blah. What are you guys gonna do if you go against the world government? You see this flag up there? He points to the world government flag. If you go against us and the world government, you're going against the world. And then Luffy says the iconic line, "Soga King." And then Usopp's like, "Yeah, shoot the flag." Aye aye, Captain. And then he shoots the flag with a fire star, insinuating that Luffy will go to war with the world government for Robin and his crewmates. And this is the start of the second half of what's it called? Eddie's Lobby, trying to get Robin. So after that, literally they're all like beyond bewildered. Like, why did he just do that? Are you stupid? Are you stupid, blood? So after that, they try to chase after them. What's it called? The purple hair guy has to leave with Robin. Like, she has to get executed because now that the terms and services are broken because of what the terms that what's it called Robin came to agree to, they have to leave. They have to execute her now. So while all this is going on, well, actually, I skipped over a really important moment. Right when they shot the flag, Luffy was like, he was talking to Robin, like, because she was so hesitant because she didn't want to put anybody in danger. And this is where her backstory comes in, where she's on an island as a kid called Ohara, scientist, like, or not scientist, research heavy island, trying to find the void century, which is like 800 years, or not, it's a century, so it's 100, but whatever. What's it called? On that island, a bunch of people are researching that. The government does not want people researching that, so they unleash a Buster Call on Ohara. Ohara is basically like, oh no, not Ohara. A Buster Call is a move by the military where they expend all their resources, and I mean legit all their resources, sending in warlords, like high generals, very important people, sometimes even, or not warlords, not warlords. Um, damn, what are their admirals and vice admirals? Yeah, sending admirals and vice admirals to basically destroy whatever they're sent to do. Right? A Buster Call is literally annihilation and destruction. Like, not not like a bomb level, not like a world or country-ending threat, but it's really really bad. Like, and Robin had to go through that as a kid, so it's really bad. So she's over there experiencing a Buster Call. The first time she gets to be her mom, she dies right in front of her. Well, not cool. Um, so I didn't mention Aokiji in the last video. Huh. Um, a vice admiral from the military who was helping Robin's mom. He's there. His name is Saul. He dies for Robin to make sure that she gets out because they kind of like made a friendship together because Robin doesn't have any family except her mom, and the adoptive family that she had was really like terrible people. They just never paid attention to her because she's adopted. I'm not trying to say that. Excuse me. Like, that's an excuse. It's just like that's what happened. And so they became friends. The research people were Robin's second family because they were connected to her mom. Robin's mom dies, like I said. Saul dies to Aokiji. And Aokiji is an admiral, right? There's three admirals in the pre-time skip. Aokiji, uh, I forgot the dude's name. Aokiji, Kizaru, and what's this dude's name? Akainu. There you go. Those three people are important. But yeah, those are admirals in the Navy. The highest at the top besides the world government. So Aokiji kills Saul. Aokiji has ice powers. He's mad sick. He's like Frost or Jack Frost, the worst way to describe it. And he's just what's it called? he understands that Saul had one wish, and it was to let the girl go. And so Aokiji's like, all right, I'll let you go because this dude was a real close friend of mine. So he's just like, I'll let you go. I'm gonna keep an eye on you for like as long as I'm alive or as long as you're alive. If you mess up once, I'm coming after you because it's just my Navy duty as an admiral. So Robin just always had that as like a lingering threat. Whenever if Aokiji ever needed to take care of her, he would. And so she's just always been afraid of the Navy and that what's it called? Had that looming presence over her because she's never had a place to call home, you know? She's always had to move, be on the lookout because she had a bounty on her head. All because Aokiji was just like, I'm gonna spare you doesn't mean that she didn't have a bounty on her head. Her bounty was 77 million, like as a kid. So people were afraid of her, and if people ever saw her in their town, they would run her out or snitch her out because it's a lot of money. So she's always had to be on a run. So she's never had a place to stay. Cue to when she joins Luffy's crew all the way back at like the end of Alabasta. Even though she was there a part of her crew and Luffy accepted her, she never fit in because she never tried to fit in, right? She was always by herself, doing her own thing. But she did get closer to them. She was on that point of getting like bridging that gap. And what's going to bridge that gap is Enies lobby. So let me just continue with that, right? Robin starts crying. She's looking over across to Luffy and all of them like, how are you guys gonna deal with this? How are you guys gonna like? I want you guys to live normal lives as pirates. Ironically, I don't want you guys worrying about the Navy every time because of me. Like I hate it. I don't want to be alive. And then Luffy's like, bitch, say you want to live. And then she's like, I want to live. One of the craziest moments in like One Piece. One of the most emotional. Like, if you guys also want to look up another moment, just look up that if you want to get teary-eyed because I remember. Actually, I'll talk about this at the end. Um, yeah, Robin, a great character. You can probably see by my channel, like I have some Robin videos on there or thumbnails of her. She's my favorite character, like favorite female character in the crew, right? Besides like Sanji, who's my favorite male. Like those two, I love them. They're great. Robin, top 10 baddies of all time. At me. But anyways, yeah. So like I said, they're leaving. Robin's getting dragged by the purple hair guy, and now it's up to Luffy and his crew to basically get to her, save her, and leave because the purple hair guy issued a buster call like an idiot, and now the Navy is gonna come to Enies lobby, like even more Marines and Navy are gonna come to Enies lobby to stop and destroy it. Or not destroy it, but like make sure that they do not get out alive. Like honestly, smart move on them, but like the purple hair guy isn't smart. He's dumb. He's mad, like even like stupid. Actually, like, hey guys, I'm back from school. Type stupid. I can't say that word on YouTube, so I'm not gonna say it. uh, well, if you know, you know. We Todd, like we W-E Todd Ed and Ed. There you go. If you know, you know. But what's it called? They're 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 leaving, and now Luffy has to chase after them. Kokoro, being the goat that she is, who's actually a fishman, well, a mermaid. I forgot to mention because her husband, um, Tom. I forgot his full name, but like Tom. He actually worked with Gold Roger, the greatest pirate of all time. Like consider him the MJ of our time. He worked with him to make his ship, the Oro Jackson. Really sick ship. I wanted to build it, but it's just so big and there's no tutorial on it for YouTube. So I wanna find out how to do that myself. But anyways, yeah. Kokoro comes in clutch, helps them get across. She's a mermaid, but mermaids and fishmen have different anatomy, but they're still like part of the same race, which is really weird, but it's cool. So she helps them get across, and now it's literally a race to get Robin. while the others it's a race to get out with Robin to execute her. So time is limited, basically. And um, basically now it's just fights, right? But before it was getting to Robin, now it's fights. And one of the first fights, this is one of the first fights. I think the one of the first fights is like Robin, or not Robin, Nami versus Caulifla. It was a cool fight. Nami usually isn't meant to be fighting because it's just like she's not a warrior, you know. She's not like Luffy, Sanji, or Zoro. She's not meant to be fighting. And so seeing her fight and her having a good fight, because her Alabasta fight was honestly really boring. It wasn't anything crazy. This fight was honestly really good for Nami. I enjoyed it. It shows like she's quick on her feet. She's smart. She makes do with the things that she has, even though she's not a warrior. Because Caulifla isn't a pushover. She's a CP9 agent for a reason. These dudes are trained murderers, assassins, criminals. Well, not criminals, because they're under the law, I guess. But like, they're they're here for a reason. So I'm trying to say. So her being able to take out Caulifla. Wait, I forgot to mention Sanji was the first one fighting Caulifla. That was basically the first fight. So what's it called? Sanji trades places. Yeah, I said that right. Okay, trades places with Nami because Nami basically forced him to. Sanji can't fight women. And it's kind of like, it's not like a, oh, Sanji's a pervert type character. He does have perverted moments, which is like really detracts from his character. But he's more of a Brock, like from Pokemon, than he is a Master Roshi from Dragon Ball Z. So just think of him like that. But he can't fight women, like he cannot hit women. Even in Jump Force, the game, he cannot hit women, which really sucks. But at the same time, it's a cool touch. Like they paid attention to his character. And so Nami's like, all right, you bot, come over here, fight this man over here, beat him up. I'm gonna go fight her. So they trade places, right? And the person that he's gonna be fighting is Jabra, right? And he's like, he's kind of like, he has his own devil fruit, so he's a wolf. And it's a really, really sick fight. Like, if you want to see another good fight, look up Sanji versus Jabra. Such a cool fight. Like, while all that's going on, like, the Sanji switching places with Nami is like, that's a little bit on ahead. Like, what's it called? Usopp and Zoro get what's it called? Chained together. Don't ask me how, I completely forgot. But it just happens and hijinks ensues. And before Sanji goes to fight Jabra while he's fighting Caulifla or getting beat up by Caulifla, Zoro and Usopp were tasked with fighting Kaku, which is a like basically like a draft type. I can't say that on YouTube. All right, but just a draft type build, because he's also his own. And Jabra, the wolf guy, and because Zoro and Usopp are chained up together, and Zoro's mad strong, Zoro uses Usopp as like a handle for one of his blades because Usopp isn't a fighter. Yeah, like he's just legit not a fighter. He's good. He's smart too. Never let any of the characters in the show think like they're not smart, or never let any of the characters in the show deceive you for thinking like they're not smart. Like how I can't speak wholly, um, unless if they're blatantly just dumb. Like, but anyways, yeah. So Zoro has to use Usopp as like a sword. What's it called? And they're holding off. They're not winning, but they're holding off. And then Luffy is chasing after Lucci, right? Ironically, how their names are so similar. But what's it called? Or not ironically, just funny, I guess. Luffy is chasing after Lucci. That's the guy that he's gonna fight, the main dude, for the captain of the Straw Hat crew. Lucci beat up Luffy before in Water 7, like I mentioned that before, I think, in the last video, 2 weeks ago. Hilarious. Um, what's it called? So he's going after him. Frankie and Luffy kind of like try to stop Lucci, what's it called, from interfering, because that's Lucci's job. He's supposed to stop them from interfering. So how many steps is this? So I can have to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So I can just do that over here. Um, but anyways, yeah. So Lucci basically stops Luffy and all them. He's making sure that he doesn't get to Robin, and Robin's basically on the way to getting executed. Like I said. So, excuse me. So Lucci and Luffy start fighting a little bit. This is like the main fight. Oh, it's not yet. Lucci and Luffy are equal, basically. Like Lucci he's more experienced, but Luffy's just a really good fighter. He's adept at what he does with the devil fruit that he has. And so Luffy's like, all right, I barely know you. I know you beat up Usopp. Please go look for Robin. I can't find her when I'm having to deal with this guy. So please, find her. And Frankie's like, all right, bet I'll do it. 2, 3, 4, 5. Just make sure this is right. So yeah, Frankie leaves to go find Robin. What's it called? He Now it's just Lucci and Luffy. This fight I'm gonna talk about later because holy shit. If you don't like One Piece or think that the fighting in One Piece is trash, just look up this fight. Like my gosh, it's just crazy. Like it's just legit just crazy. That's all I can say for right now. But yeah, so what's it called? Nami versus Caulifla. Um, Nami wins because main character syndrome. But she wins pretty decisively because of how smart she is. So it's not even like, oh, I'm complaining because of plot armor. It's a good fight. It's a good fight for what it is. Considering that she never gets like any other fights after this. But anyways, Sanji versus Jabra, honestly one of my favorite fights for Sanji. It's such a cool moment for him. Like I'm always gonna remember when he's over like the chasm, like, or because the hall is really big, right? So they're over in the sky, and Sanji has Shumpo basically, and so or not Shumpo. He basically has the ability to fly because his kicks are so strong. He's like Vegeta with his kicks, and so Jabra and Sanji are in the sky, and what's it called? They're entangled, and Sanji hits him with the Diabo Jamba, or like however you pronounce that, it's French, and he just kicks him all the way down to the like the first floor. And it's just so sick, bro. It's so sick. It just gets me hyped talking about it. Like it's so dope. But yeah, what's it called? Zoro and Kaku, cool fight, really cool fight. But mine's is still gonna be Sanji. Not even because of like Sanji bias, but legit just because it's to me it's a cooler fight. So it's all about perspective, considering who you are and what you like. Zoro has cooler fights, like he has down Sanji, but right now to me that isn't one of them. So what's it called? Chopper versus, I don't remember his name. I do not care because he was honestly kind of boring. Um, Chopper uses um, goes out of control, loses himself. Frankie had a fight actually. I forgot to mention that. Frankie had a fight against a dude with a zipper on his mouth. It was cool, honestly, because they got outside of Enies' lobby and they started fighting in the sea. So it was honestly really sick. But like, it wasn't anything crazy, right? Chopper, he loses control. His fight was really cool because it legit, like, it looked like a Hell's Kitchen type fight because it was on fire. Like, that's not any way to describe it, but the kitchen was on fire. I want to describe it like, oh, it's legit looks like Hell's Kitchen because Chopper's form right now, he looks like a demon, Satan even, and he's just losing control. Frankie stops him, kind of gets him under control, gets him in his bag, and now Chopper's incapacitated. He can't do anything. He legit cannot move, which is really bad because he's the doctor. But anyways, everybody won their fights. Now it's just Luffy. So everybody else is trying to chase after, what's it called? Robin, while Luffy's trying to fight Lucian. This fight is gritty, like actually crazy, a really good fight. Luffy's using his second gear. Lucci is going into his zone form. whereas like he's just a mix of a jaguar and excuse me, human form. And they're just going at it, man. Like it's a grudge match because Lucci does not care. He will fight however he fights, and Luffy is fighting with determination on his side, right? Like it's a really really good fight. And then while all that's going on, everybody's going over to where Robin is. Usopp clutch sniper basically hits the purple hair guy, and now they're all going over to see Robin, right? So Luffy's still fighting. Sick fight. I'm telling you, just look it up. I promise you, it's really good. Um, Everybody else is going over to Robin. They get her. They rescue her, and now the Buster Call is here. So now they have to fight off a bunch of Marines. And this is basically getting to the climax of the arc. I've done a terrible job summarizing it, but I just like it's so fun talking about it. This is honestly the point of the series. It's just so fun talking about it. So yeah, the Buster Call is here. It finally arrived, and a bunch of Marine ships are here, like 8 to 10. A bunch of generals, vice admirals are here, and they're here to mess people up, you know, because it's a Buster Call. So they're here, and the crew is like, all right, this is our last stand. If we do not survive this, well, if we don't win here, we lose. We're down bad. We're down bad. And so, what's it called? They start fighting. They start brawling, and like it's bad because they're running low on supplies, aka stamina. And so they're just tired. Chopper can't really do anything. Robin hasn't fought, but she's just been beat up by the purple hair guy, so she's not as strong. And Sanji and Zoro are tired. Zoro loses one of his swords. I forgot which one it was. I think it was like one that he got in the Alabasta when he was shopping with what's it called? Smoker's vice captain. But what's it called? He loses one of those because a guy has a rust power, like a rust devil fruit, and he rusts the blade. And so he loses. Now he only has two. So now he's even more handicapped. And so all that's going on. Luffy's still fighting Lucci, but now it's the climax, right? Luffy is on the brink of defeat, and he's about to fall over after using his second gear. And Usopp, he takes off his mask for after like dropping the Soga King. What are you doing, dog? What are you doing? We're almost done. We're almost free. All you need to do is just beat Lucci. Try to motivate him and all that. And as soon as Luffy's about to fall to the ground, he literally like breaks his ankles somehow. I don't know how that he did it. Like literally, he's like when you're laying down in bed at night, but like you're gonna fall onto your bed, like your back facing your bed. He catches his ankles. I just don't know how he did it. Like I legit don't know how he did it. There's no other way of explaining it. He's just mad weird with the way that he did it, but I guess he's rubber, so it makes sense. It's just really strange. Like, but anyways, yeah. So Luffy stands back up. Lucci is like Luffy got a bunch of hits on Lucci. Like they're equal. Lucci, like I said, more experienced, but Luffy's just a really good fighter because of how adept he is at his devil fruit. So Lucci turns back around, like, oh, you're still back up, and so he turns around, but Lucci gave him too much time to prepare. Luffy is over here like, all right, this is it. This is the final move. This is the last thing I can muster up. This has to be the Big Bang Kamehameha, right here. Like this has to be it. And he does it. He does, what's it called? Gum Gum Bullet Barrage, or Gum Gum. I forgot the name of it, but actually, let me look it up right now. And so, is it this? I don't remember, but I don't want to waste any time because clips can be only 60 minutes. But yeah, so he does his ultimate move. Really, oh my gosh, man, like it's such a sick moment. Like it's honestly why I watch One Piece because of the hype moments and the sad ones. It's just so good. But yeah, he hits him with his final move. I wish I remembered the name. It's the Gum Gum like it's a barrage of moves, right? Like how Dio has the barrage of like punches and all that, just like how Jotaro does too. It's like that. Mad sick. So dope. He does it the last of his energy all into that move, and he beats Lucci 1-0. Oh no, 1-1, tying up the score basically. After he beat him up in Water 7, he did it. And now all that's left is trying to get their captain out of there because he's across from them. Like where Robin and all them are is across from Luffy, so they have to get to him. They managed to, but he can't move. Like he legit cannot move. He's tired. He's done. After all those fights and getting to Robin, he cannot move. So they have to rescue him, and they do. They get him. I don't remember how, but basically consider this, right? Like it's like leaving a battlefield because that's legit what it is. It's one ship. They don't have the Mary, by the way. Like they don't have them with it, or they don't have her with them. So it's just them like trying to find a way to escape. They lost the ship that they had, that they were gonna use, like it was like a navy ship. But somehow, like the Mary just shows up out of nowhere. Like I'm not even joking either. Like the Mary legit just shows up. Nobody steering it. No nothing. Like, and like I said, the Mary was supposed to be on his last legs. Like she wasn't supposed to be there. But she showed up anyways. Because it's her crew. It's her family actually. And so it's just a really cool moment. And she shows up. She carries everybody off. The Navy can't catch up to them because Nami's a great navigator, and they get out. Not scot free because they almost all died, but they're out. And for right now, I'm gonna stop it here because there's a lot more left. This is like the post Enies lobby thing that they have, and it's just a lot. It's a lot that I want to cover more in detail. Not worrying about like the clip ending at 50 or 60 minutes. So I'm gonna stop here and I'm gonna go record that like right now after this. So yeah, I'm gonna end that here for now. I hope you guys enjoyed Skype or not Skype, yeah, Enies lobby. But before I continued watching One Piece, like the post time skip was my favorite arc, and for good reason. Like this arc was great. I'll probably give my thoughts on it after like the post stuff that I'm gonna do. But as of right now, just know like it's pretty easy to tell that like I really like this arc. But yeah, like I'm gonna end it here for now. I'll be back with the other part. Peace.